Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. Got a rainy day out here today. Y'all can probably hear it on that old tin roof. I'll be quiet for a minute. I don't know if the audio picks up that good or not. This old broke ass phone I got. But anyway, like I say, we got a rainy day. This is the first rain we've really had since I patched some of my holes in my roof. I took some of the tin off the back wall. I'm replacing it with treated plywood. I went so far, you can see right there. That's where the tin starts. That's how much I took off the back wall. Took the tin off, patched a couple of holes, patched that one. I had a real bad one right there. You can see where that's rotted out, but I had a real bad one. You can see that skylight. I patched that. So I got my major leaks fixed, except for right here. I got to come back and I got a big problem right here. You can see that. Top plate's rotted out where it's been leaking, where that old skylight was busted. But anyway, I'm gonna come around, rebuild that wall, and that's my next thing, is this area right here. That's my next thing to address while I'm working on the shop. But I'm not doing a shop work video today. I'm gonna do another little layout video. The last couple videos I've done, I did a little layout on some plywood, went over the measurements, kind of like almost a little impromptu cabinet class. That's some pretty good reactions out of it. I mean, I didn't break the internet or anything, but out of my little group of subscribers here, I did pretty good. Had a few views, some pretty good comments. I can't remember which one it was, but somebody was commenting on it on one of my videos the other week about fitting a cabinet between two walls. How tight do I make it? So I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do another little cabinet class today. We're gonna do a video on how to fit a cabinet between two walls. We're gonna deal with a wall cabinet, specifically a face frame type cabinet. That's what I deal with more than anything. I got no problem building frameless. It's no big deal. But face frame construction is my go-to. That is pretty much my favorite way to do things. But anyway, I'm not getting into that right now. What I am going to get into is how to fit that thing in between two walls. But first, before I do that, I want to show you my new addition to the shop. Y'all know a lot of times I'll bring my computer out here because I can still pick up Wi-Fi from the house, and I'll do my drawings out here. So this last week I was told that I was supposed to get this out of the house and get rid of it. So I took it out of the house and I got rid of it and I put it in here. So now I can come out here and do my computer drawings. I can come over here. I've got my little setup. I can come over here. I've got my setup to do my computer drawings. And I've got a nice little spot for my cat to come sit down. He's not out here right now because it's raining. But I got a nice spot for my cat to sit down in the comfort that he deserves, in his opinion, while I do my drawings. But anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. I'll end up throwing it away, but right now, like I say, I can't sit in it and do my computer drawings. The cat hadn't tried to take it from me too many times. But anyway, let's get off that. I'm just goofing off here. Let me get y'all up here on my custom camera stand. I had a little comment about that the other day too. This is my custom camera stand because I am a broke ass. But anyway, let's set y'all up here. I'm gonna do a little rundown on what I got here. Alright, if any of y'all have actually built cabinets before and went to install cabinets, you know every so often you'll get in a situation where you have to bring a cabinet in a room and turn it. Most common is the laundry room. You know, you'll have it's kind of an odd drawing, but a lot of times, laundry room, you'll have a washer and a dryer on this back wall. And if they don't do shelves above it, I don't know if y'all can see that or not. If they don't do shelves above it, they'll do a wall cabinet above the washer and dryer a lot of times. When we do face frame cabinets, we don't like to piece cabinets together. If we've got a 5-foot cabinet, we want to make that 5-foot cabinet all in one piece, bring it in the house, put it on the wall. Problem is, when you got a cabinet that you want to go wall to wall, you've got to bring it in a doorway and turn it to get onto that wall. If you make that sucker tight wall to wall, how's it going to turn? I mean, you've got a 12-inch cabinet. When you go to turn it, that back corner is going to hit the wall. But there's a magic number to that. Most people, most shops that I have worked at, they'll either do, if they do a face frame cabinets, they'll either do a 1/2-inch ear or a 1/4-inch ear. And that, when I say ear, that is how far the face frame sticks past the end of the box. So if you do a 1/2-inch ear, ear, I'll get y'all and show y'all this. I'll bring y'all down and show you in a little bit. I'm going to try to, this would be my 3/4 face frame. And this would be the 1/2-inch ear. That means my face frame sticks over a 1/2 inch past my box. Now, if I want to turn it in between two walls, that means one point on the face frame is going to hit first. Like if I'm bringing it to turn this way, this point is going to hit the wall, and then I'm going to turn it, and my longest point is going to be from this corner to right here. And right now I've got 70 and a half to that back corner. My overall measurement, if this was the cabinet, this is a 70-inch cabinet, and my box from corner to where I've got that ear is 70 and a half. So if my wall is 70 inches, there's no way that's going to turn. If you're doing a wall cabinet and you want to make it turn, and you don't want to have to cut your face frame or anything like that, if I'm doing one that goes tight from wall to wall, I'll measure my wall, and I generally try, if it's me installing, I try to make it an 1/8 inch less than the opening. If it's somebody else, I'll try to make it a 1/4 inch less than the opening. That still gives you enough room to get it in there, split the difference, tie it off, and caulk each side, and you're in good shape. Worst case scenario, you have to put a little bit of flat molding on there. Me, myself, I don't like flat molding, or what some people call scribe molding. It's just a little 1/4 inch strip that you can put up on each side of the cabinet to cover the gap where the wall and the cabinet meet. I don't like to do that. A lot of people don't like to do that. You want to get your cabinet in tight, wall and wall, caulk it out, make it look like it just grew in place there. So what I do, instead of doing a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch ear, anything like that, I'll do 1 inch and a 1/4 ear. Normally I'll do a 2-inch side style on my face frame. So 2 inches, I'll take out 1 1/4 inches, use 1/2 inch plywood for my end, and that still gives me a 1/4 inch of reveal there on the inside of the cabinet, so it don't look odd. You know, you don't have it all flushed out to the inside trying to make that pretty. You got that little reveal, So that works out fine. And if you come and do that 1.25 inches, come and do that 1.25 inches, that gives you 69 3/4. That gives you a 1/4 inch, because my cabinet is 70. That gives you a 1/4 inch play. So when you bring the cabinet in, if you bring it and put that corner tight to the wall and just go straight back, you can have the face frame, you can have it super tight to the wall even. I mean, I could have this at 70 inches, and as long as I had that exact 70 inches on that wall, I can make this sucker just go back, just barely graze the wall and slide right in place. I've been able to do them that way, super tight, and not even need caulking in situations. It all depends on how on your know-how. If you know how to get it in there, get it right to that corner and get it. And of course, some situations you might not be able to get it in there. Sometimes the wall might be a little out of plumb. You're dealing with what you're dealing with, but if everything's perfect, you should be able to leave 1.25 inches ear on your wall cabinet box and be able to turn it in a room and get it super tight, fit super tight. Like I say, most shops that I've worked for, they always put a 1/2 inch ear, and it's like they never thought about it when it's going in the laundry room and turning between those walls. And a lot of times when you're laying out a job, that is something that you don't think about. So that's, if you're doing a job for the first time, like you're doing your cabinets in your own house, you want to build them and then bring them in and install them. That's another thing you need to think of. Anyway, used to, they do the 1/2 inch ear for me. When I first started installing, I got several cabinets. These 1/2 inch ear got turned between two walls. So again, if you're an installer and you get in that situation, you got to come over here. You cut your ear off here. That way you can get it that 1/2 inch tighter to the wall. And that should be just enough to get that back point to slide through. I have had them where they got them a little extra tight, and I've had to take a belt sander, which a belt sander is something I like to take on the installs. A lot of installers don't like to take a belt sander anymore. I don't see a whole lot of people even using belt sanders anymore. But I take a belt sander. I always had a belt sander on the truck with me. You can take and just bevel that back corner. You got a 1/2 inch plywood, so you got a good bit that you can bevel out of it if it's too tight to get it in the wall that way. So that's another trick you can use to help you get it to turn if you're just that close to getting it in there. And if you've ever installed cabinets like I have, you know there's sometimes where you get that cabinet and it is just, that's all you got to have to get it in there. And if you can't get that little bit, you got to cut the whole damn cabinet down to get it in there. But anyway, that's my little tricks and all that. And one other thing. While I was talking about belt sanders, I just thought about it. My brother-in-law died. It's been, has it been 2 years? I think it's been almost 2 years now. But anyway, my brother-in-law died. He did woodworking. I worked with him for years. I ended up with one of his belt sanders. It did not work. I got my other brother-in-law. He works on little small stuff like that. So I finally got around to bringing it to him. He got it fixed up for me. So I want to show y'all my new belt sander. I have wanted one of these for 30 years. This right here, my brother he had it at the shop he was working on, so he's got his name on it. So nobody else would mess with it in the shop. This right here is an old Porter cable. We used to call them the old choo-choo sanders because it looks like a locomotive engine. We used to call them the old choo-choo sanders back 30 years ago when I was in cabinets. And at that time, I went to the store and I wanted to buy one at that time because that's what I was doing mostly, was sanding. And I was trying to get all my tools together so I'd be worth more money in the shop. So I really wanted one of these. And they were $500 brand new back then, so I never got one. I didn't have the money, and they discontinued them before I ended up getting enough money to buy one. They discontinued these things. You can't get parts for it anymore. It is what it is. I got a brother-in-law that can work on the stuff, so that's a great thing for me. And like I said, he got it fixed. And I'm probably going to try, I know a couple of shops that's got more of them that are actually broken. I might try to get a couple more, so I've got some parts sanders. But this was one of the best sanders they ever made. Like I say, this is Porter Cable. If I remember right, they had a version before this that was a Rockwell or a Rockwell Delta. I can't remember. That's getting to be almost a little before my time even, or before I started doing any woodworking. When I started woodworking, every shop had these old Porter Cable choo-choo train sanders. One of the best sanders ever made. It's got enough weight to it that it holds itself down. It does not have a dust bag on it, but it's set up so it does not blow dust in your face. Great sander. I wish they'd never discontinued them, but that's the way life goes. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed. I'm getting my words all mixed up here. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. And I'll see y'all on the next one.